And it's putting a jigsaw together. It's trying to get all the bits of the child's life and then looking at the picture and seeing what that says. Once we've had a referral from the referrer, which is usually the GP or very often somebody in education, be it the educational psychologist, the SENCO, or maybe a head teacher or somebody who knows the child well, we would arrange a meeting with the parents or the carers in the first instance. Prior to this meeting, we do write to them, asking them if they could get any relevant information, reports they have of the child that have already been done, assessments by other professionals. Along with that, diaries, photographs, videos, things people have recorded on their mobile phone can be so very useful. And very often they may not remember things, but having that over there and sharing it with us can capture moments which cannot be described in words. The meeting with the family is to listen to what their concerns are. How's the child doing in school? How are they doing at home? Looking at social interaction, friendship, social relationships, looking at their language development, and again looking at if there are any restricted repetitive interests, any unusual hobbies, preoccupations, obsessions, rituals, any sensory issues. A child may be very sensitive to very loud noises or may be very fussy about their eating habits. So it's trying to explore and get a better picture of the child. The other bits of the jigsaw that are really important in some children are a speech and language assessment. It would be some sort of an observation of the child, be it at school, in a clinic situation. We wouldn't routinely refer every child who's referred for autism for speech and language assessment, but in some instances, that is quite crucial in the assessment process. With their permission, we then contact school because every child who is attending school or college spends a large amount of time there. It's looking at how the child is in a situation where he is with his peers or her peers, seeing them in a classroom situation. How are they, when it comes to responding to authority? How are they in their concentration? How are they at unstructured times, like break times? What strategies have been used? What support has already been put in school? And how is the child responding to that? We would then arrange to meet up with the child or young person in clinic and spend some time listening to if they feel if there are things that they are worried about or concerned about. If need be, depending on the age of the child, very often if that is not something that can be done in a one-to-one conversation, we would use the medium of play. So it's getting all those bits of the jigsaw. Until we have it complete, the picture's not going to look what it should look. And it can be frustrating because some pieces may take longer time to get into the jigsaw than the others, but not being in a rush because this is something that's going to stay with the child and the family forever. It's not something that's given and can be taken back. Once we've had all the information together, we would then obviously put our heads together as a team and try to get a better picture of what the child's difficulties are, in what areas, and also keeping in mind developing a profile of the child, what he or she is good at. Once this process is complete, we would arrange a feedback session with the family where we would go through all the reports, all the assessments done by us as to the point when they started till the point we have completed our assessment. And diagnosis or no diagnosis, this is the profile of the child, this is what the child would benefit from, so that support can be put in place. Giving them an opportunity to ask us questions, maybe signposting them as to what help is available, and keeping in mind that we're not trying to make a diagnosis for the sake of making a diagnosis, but obviously trying to explain the child's difficulty and maybe highlighting what the child is good at the end of it, which is something that can be tapped into, and there is potential for the child to do well in life, irrespective of whether they have a diagnosis or no.